Hey everyone, welcome to my channel Rays of Sunshine. Today I'm going to show you how I did my Glam New Year's Eve eye look. So if you want to see how I did this warm glitter cut crease, stay tuned. So first I'm going to begin by using the Urban Decay Shadow Primer Potion in the shade Original and a Real Techniques Deluxe Creased Brush just to buff that out on my eyelid. Next I'm applying the Laura Mercier Translucent Powder with the same brush to make sure that there are no creases on my eyelids. Now I'm just wiping that off with my finger and we have our eye base. Now I'm sorry this part was a little bit blurry, but I'm using the Violet Voss Holy Grail palette in the shade Transition with a BH Cosmetics blending brush. Now I'm just placing this color on the top part of my eye as a transition shade. Next I'm going into the Balm's Nude Tude palette in the shade Sexy, and I'm using the Ruby Kisses tapered eyeshadow brush and just placing that right underneath that transition shade, as this is going to be my lightest of the berry tones today. Now in my opinion this palette isn't that pigmented nor does it blend well, so I spent a little bit of time blending this out. Now I'm going into Makeup Forever's shade Morello Cherry with the Morphe 169 and just scoping out that area where I want my crease to lay. Now this is the darkest shade of the red tones we're using today, and this is also just a rough draft, so don't sweat getting this too accurate. Next I'm using the Morphe M433 just to blend that shade out a little bit more. At this point I'm just dispersing the color amongst my lid, so I did not add any extra eyeshadow to that brush. Although it is a little bit stained, it is a clean brush. Next I'm going back into the shade Sexy with this ABH blending brush and just making sure that those two colors are blending together seamlessly. Now the shade Transition washed this look out a little bit, so I'm going back into that Violet Voss palette with the same brush and blending this out with Are You Kidding Me instead as a transition color. Now I'm going back into the shade Morello Cherry with a Morphe M508 brush just to add some preciseness and make sure that this is exactly where I want the lowest part of my cut crease to be. Now I'm using the shade Wine and Dine from the Holy Grail palette as well as the Morphe M169 to blend out that area. I added Wine and Dine because I felt this look needed a little bit more dimension, so after that I'm blending it out with the ABH brush and Sexy from the Nude Tude palette. Now using the shades Brownie Points and Teddy Bear with the Morphe M508, I am sculpting the bottom of that crease, and this is going to be the lowest point of my cut crease, right above where I'm going to cut the crease with concealer. Now this is one of my favorite brushes for precision blending, but I'm using the Morphe M562 to blend out that area between the brown and the darkest cherry color. And once again I'm blending out those layers with Sexy from the Nude Tude palette and Are You Kidding Me from Violet Voss's Holy Grail palette. To cut my crease I'm using NYX HD Concealer in the shade CW5 and I'm using a BH Cosmetics round smudge brush. Now I found that this round full cut crease shape works best with hooded eyes, but if you don't have hooded eyes you can do whatever shape you'd like. Next I'm using Sen and Smog from the Urban Decay Shadow Box palette for my shadows. To apply, I'm using the flat end of the ABH blending brush. Now I got this glitter from an Etsy website that is no longer working, but the owner did create an actual website, so I'm going to link that in the description box. Unfortunately, this glitter is not on the website from what I saw. To apply this glitter, I'm using a BH Cosmetics lip brush, but any small, precise brush will do. Now I'm going back into that shade Teddy Bear from the Holy Grail palette with the M508 just to make sure that that cut crease is very defined. Next I'm going into the e.l.f. Gel Liquid Liner in the shade Black with a Morphe B11, an angled eyeliner brush, and I'm just simply applying this as eyeliner. After applying this liner, I'm going to do my full face, put on my lashes, and I will be right back. Now that my full face is done, I'm going to finish my lower lash line. I'm using the shade Morello Cherry in an unnamed mini round brush, and I'm just putting that all along the bottom of my lower lash line. Next I'm using the shade Wine and Dine in the Morphe 169 to blend that lower lash line out. For my highlight, I'm using the shade Gilded Honey and a different lip brush from BH Cosmetics and just putting this in the inner corners of my eyes. Now I'm lightly blending that out with the ABH Fluffy brush in the shade Sexy. Now to blend my natural lashes with the falsies, I used CoverGirl the Super Sizer Mascara, and I also put this on my bottom lashes. To give my bottom lashes that extra oomph, I'm using Too Faced's Better Than Sex. Now there were some places my Duo Lash Glue dried white instead of clear, so I'm just going over that with this NYC liquid liner, and that is the finished look. Now that is it for this eye look. I hope you have a wonderful new year, and thank you so much for watching. Now don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any posts in 2017. I promise I have so much more makeup, hair, skin, lifestyle, vlogs, you name it, I'm going to be doing it. You can also like my page on Facebook to get some great new updates and have more input on what I'm going to be posting for you guys. But once again, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next week. Happy New Year!